Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you. Live and on relay stations throughout the world, you're watching Bruce Goldberg Live with special guests tonight. We haven't announced them yet, but anyway, this is live and we're doing it right now. So give a nice big round of applause for Bruce Goldberg. Nurse. Hey, welcome to it. This is Goldberg Live. Live right across the world and on relay stations throughout the world, wherever good streaming is near you. We're doing this live from Goldberg Manor, where the sun never sets, as usual. And this is day 2 of lockdown for the eastern suburbs and the very first day of lockdown for New South Wales, Greater Sydney area. Now, let's kick off this show. I've got some breaking news that has just come to my attention, and thank you to that source that just sent me this breaking news. This is for people in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Another COVID hotspot has been announced. It was on the 21st of June. I'm getting the information from the 21st of June. Pittermix, Rose Bay. Pittermix, Rose Bay is on the hot list now. Now, that was on the 21st of June on 2 occasions. The times I don't have in front of me because I just got given it before I came to air here. So I haven't seen the times. I think off the top of my head it was around about the 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock mark in the afternoon. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely Pittermix that's on the list. That's just been added. So you're hearing that first exclusively here on Goldberg Live. And thank you to the source that gave it to me. A very reliable source, and that is 100% confirmed. Pittermix at Rose Bay is on the list. So if you were there on the 21st of June, get tested. Get tested. Don't risk it. Don't spread it. Like the limo driver. I suppose you're all here to hear about the limo driver, aren't you? Really? I mean, well, let's put it this way. There's 2 ways of looking at this with the limo driver. Yes, he's negligent. He should have worn a mask or been vaccinated. But he didn't realise that what was going to happen, what happened. What was going to happen happened. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? By the way, we have the producers here from Madways. Nearly forgot to mention them. They're the guys that press the buttons like this. Nurse. And also like this. There you go. See, perfect. Anyway, getting back to the limo driver. He didn't really know what he didn't intentionally do it. Okay, he didn't intentionally do it. So basically, he's not really at fault as such, although he was somebody that should have got the vaccination shot and also worn a mask. Now, I know where this person is. I know where they live. I know the phone number. I've got all that information. Am I going to reveal it to you all? No, I won't. And the reason why I won't, because, as I said before, this person was not directly and deliberately doing it. If he was deliberately doing it, I would name and shame this person. But I'm not going to name him, and I won't mention where he lives, and I won't tell you his address or his phone number either. But I do have it. I know exactly where this person is and their phone number and all the information about them and the name of the company, everything, the whole lot, lock, stock and barrel. And it was only a matter of time. Look, I got hold of this a few days ago. It was only a matter of time that we all started to find out who it was and confirmed who it was. Anyway, look, I feel sorry for this guy in a roundabout way, with the media ringing him up and continually ringing him up and driving him bonkers and all that sort of stuff. He does live close to certain hotspots. I'm not going to say which ones because it will give it away. And I can say that this was given to me by somebody a few days ago, and I won't be mentioning who he is, where he lives, or his phone number, or anything like that. But if you're just joining us, I need to tell you that we've got breaking news. Pit and Mix at Rose Bay is on the hot list from June the 21st. There's 2 incidences during the day which I've seen. You might want to check if you were there on the 21st. The times I didn't quite get because we rushed to air here. Please have a look if you've been to Pit and Mix at Rose Bay, because that is now a hot spot. It's just been announced, so you've heard it exclusively here on Goldberg Live. If you've got any other news, please write it on the board wherever you're watching this, on YouTube, on Realstream, Ustream, WeStream, Ice Cream, all that sort of stuff. Write it on the board on Facebook, wherever you've been watching this. Write it on the board. It comes up just here on the screen, just here. And like somebody's written some long thing, Bruce Goldberg dude. That's all I've been able to read at the moment. And also for those regulars that are watching us tonight, hello to everybody. For those regulars watching us tonight, yes, we've got a different part of Goldberg Manor, well, different setting for Goldberg Manor for this show, because we're doing a bit of work behind me here, and we've had to move me into a different corner here. In the same room of Goldberg Manor, of course, where the sun never sets, but just in a different angle. So you understand that's what's going on here. If you're thinking that something looks different about Goldberg Manor behind me, that's what it is. You can see the beautiful chandeliers streaming through my hair just there. You can see that. It's all happening here still. Anyway, if you've got anything you want to say, please write it on the board. We'd love to hear from you. This is totally live and interactive. And basically, if you've got anything you want to say it now. Okay. Bruce Straw says, tuning out an cystic bottom feeder seer. Okay, Bruce Straw, that's good, mate. Good to hear from you, mate. And we'll get some help for you along the way. People ringing me. People doing everything about this. It's very controversial. Very, very controversial, all of this. So basically, you can have your say. No problem. If you want to abuse me, do whatever you like. That's okay. You can say whatever you like. First time watcher, big time fan, living for Goldberg. Thank you, Jess Peacock. Thank you, sir. Jennifer Lynch, if you're a Transport Internationally crew, why are you not wearing a mask or getting tested? Exactly. That is exactly what I reckon too. Basically, I agree with you 110%. And why isn't he getting tested? What's going on? Has the government let us down that much that first-line workers like this guy getting international air crew and driving them to wherever they're staying isn't getting checked? But what about the crew when they come off the plane? Why aren't they getting checked straight away? What's going on there? So it's not all to like the limo drivers to blame. He's not totally to blame for this. It's a combination of failures in our government that has allowed this to happen. And I think international flights, regardless of your crew, regardless of whatever you are, crew, airline hostesses, pilots, freight people, whatever, get tested. Get them tested as they come in from overseas. Because that's how it's happening here. I mean, Australia's an island. We're a continent, an island. We're the world's largest island. And it's like a fortress for us, which is great. The only way this thing can keep coming in is from overseas travellers. That's the only way. There's no other way it can get in. And now we've got the Delta strain, which is even worse. Manuel R. Motor says, equally important news, I found toilet paper at Woolworths Double Bay this evening. Clean tushy is happy tushy. Yes, a clean tushy is a happy tushy. I must agree with you on that. Nurse. Thank you for that one, Manuel. I'm even freaked out to go into shop. This is what Shirl says. I'm even freaked out to go into shop and buy a carton of milk. Went to Harris Farm RB for a minute. And Parisi's and thought, well, they've come up tomorrow as a hotspot. It's literally everywhere. It is. It's getting everywhere. And if you just joined us, Shirl, Pit and Mix is on the hot list. Pit and Mix Rose Bay is on the hit list, on the hot list, I should say, for the 21st of June. Karen says, I can't see what Karen said now. She vanished off the screen. There's a lot of comments going on, folks. Keep them coming. We'd love to read them all out to you. My comment, Leslie says, my comment is to Bruce Straw. Oh, I read what Bruce Straw said. Look, he's entitled to his own opinion. I don't mind. He can say whatever he likes. Whether he'll be on the board still after this show, well, the answer is no, he won't be. He'll be kicked off. But that's another story for another day. I don't mind. You can say whatever you like. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I can't be everything to 7,500 people. I wish I could. I wish I could be everything to everybody, but everyone's got a difference of opinion. And that's the beauty of this board and this show. We can hear your input and what you have to say and all that sort of stuff. So you're more than welcome to write it down and have your say. Anne Lynch says, so you are saying they should be tested before they leave the air? Absolutely. They should be tested before they leave the airport. Why are we putting ourselves at risk and allowing them into the country? It's like quarantine. It's like checking people in with luggage when they're coming in from overseas. They check to see if they're bringing in illegal food or drugs or anything like that. Well, why don't we check them for COVID? What's going on there? Why aren't we checking them for COVID? Because that is just as bad. If it's worse than bringing in illegal food and all that sort of stuff. They need to stop the international flights now. Denise says they've had plenty of time to come home. Absolutely, I agree with you there. But it's not just, Denise, it's not just international flights with passengers. It's international flights with freight and cargo. And, there's still crew on board those planes that could be exposed, stopping at all these places and exposed to this Delta strain or COVID in general. So that's basically what's going on. If you have anything you want to say it on the board. Like everyone's saying it, you can say it on YouTube. It comes up on our screen, or Facebook, or anywhere you're watching this around the world. This is Goldberg Live from Goldberg Manor where the sun never sets. Victor says they bring their luggage, but they leave their baggage. That is a very good saying. I like that one, Victor. That's a very good saying. That's a very, very, very good saying. We're going to take a quick break here, I'm being told by my producers, and we're going to come back with lots more and continue this discussion and a few gags and a few other things to lighten up the subject a bit tonight. Stay tuned. That's all coming up right after we do this. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you. Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093.
How's Susan Van Trafsky here with the Vaucluse Daily, coming to you bed bound, as I have just learned that it's Monday morning. But guys, for those of you off with enthusiasm to your jobs, photocopying or emailing or tweeting or tap-tap-rawing or whatever it is you people do all day, spare a thought for us, trapped in our castles with staff and no such company. I mean, the grass is not always greener. Think about us running fearfully like a hyena from a lion, simply at the sight of the scales in the bathroom daily. Okay? Yes, Anna, I will have another Bloody Mary. No Tabasco, my stomach went off like a firecracker. Okay.
Hello everybody, this is Katut and you're watching Bruce Goldberg Live, because he pays me to say that.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you. Hey, welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live on a Saturday night for a change. Day 2 of lockdown. And day 1 of the lockdown for the greater part of Sydney. How have you all been doing anyway? What have you been up to? Did you go to the supermarkets? There was a lot of people out and about today because I went out and had a look around. On the way to a supermarket, of course, essential shopping. But there were a lot of people running around, jogging, walking around, not wearing masks. Not many were wearing masks. Inside the supermarket, there was masks, but not outside the supermarket. What are your experiences with this today? What were your experiences, I should say? I got a blueberry muffin. Really, Jesse? That's interesting to know. Where did you get that from? Who's got blueberry muffins around here? Is it Muffin Break or wherever? Olivia says, Bruce Goldberg, can we give a shout out to the handsome man picking up rubbish on Rose Bay Beach today? What a catch. Well, there you go. We gave him a shout out for you, Olivia. Olivia's in love with some guy. Was it Ace? Was it Ace MC that you were talking about? Oh, I think it was. I think it was Ace. Your man, Ace. Picking up garbage for the... Yes, let's see some pics. Let's see some pics, Olivia. Did you get some pics of the beautiful man picking up the garbage today? Is he beautiful because he was picking up garbage, or he looks beautiful, or both? That's what I want to know, Olivia. So please write it in the box and have your say. Just like Olivia, Jesse, and Shirl and all the others did. If you've got anything you want to say, type it in the box and say it right now here on Goldberg Live. Anything else that's on your mind, please, by all means, have your say. Now, with this lockdown, all the coffee shops, as far as I know, are doing takeaway only. Okay. Now, Doppio in Rose Bay has made it very clear that they're doing home delivery directly with them. So you need to ring Doppio at Rose Bay. Their phone number's on their website, and ring them and place an order, and basically they'll deliver it to you themselves. Their staff are going to be delivering food directly, so it cuts out Deliveroo and Uber Eats and Menulog and all those, and they save 30%, okay? So support local, support the local shops. Go down and get yourself your coffee, or ring up, in this case, Doppio, and order a meal to be delivered to you at home, or whatever. Just support these local shops that are going through hell, that they've had to shut again, their eat-in side of their business, which is, I'd say, a good 70 to 80% of their business. So I feel sorry for a lot of them. And, whether they be in Bondi, Double Bay, Rose Bay, Dover Heights, Vaucluse, wherever, support them. Support your local shops, Eastern Suburbs people. Because if you don't, they're going to be gone. And you'll have less places to go to. So you've got to think ahead here. Please support them. I support as many as I possibly can. And when Bell Cafe opens again, I'm going to go back to Bell Cafe because I am a regular up there. And a lot of people know that. I go up there quite a bit. I also go to Dover Cafe quite a lot. I also go to Doppio quite a lot. I also go down to Double Bay and around some of those places. I'm not going to say every place I go to, but I support as many places as I possibly can. And I hope you guys do too. And during lockdown, get a takeaway. Get something to eat as well, not just coffee, because they've got to make their money on more than just coffee. So please think outside the square, people, and support your local shops, whatever it is, whatever it may be, whatever type of shop it is. I don't get why non-essential shops are open and yet you're not allowed to shop for non-essential items. I put that up on the board earlier tonight or today, and I just don't get that. It's sort of like make it up as you go along rules for this whole COVID saga. Really, it is. It's all about make it up as you go along. And if you're just joining us and you're expecting me to name and shame this limo driver, even though I've got all of his details, I will not do it. I will not do it. And there's legal minefields for one reason, and the other is not fair to him. He didn't intentionally do it. I feel sorry for the poor guy. He's been under siege probably because it has been getting around where he lives, who he is, his phone number, everything. So I won't be naming him. Don't worry, Alison. I will not be naming him. It's okay. I will not name who it is. But, everything, look, it's just a matter of a couple of weeks of inconvenience, and hopefully we'll all be back to where we were before this COVID lockdown. But it's, I'm very surprised though that they've locked us down for 2 weeks. I think they will review in a week's time what the situation is, and it's up to you guys to get tested, continually get tested. The more people we get tested, the less chance we're going to be in this 14-day lockdown. And it's true. You think about it; it's just a numbers game. If so many thousands of people have been tested and there's no COVID, well, it's an obvious no-brainer that Gladies will say, okay, let's reopen things again. So get tested. I've been tested already. And, I might go for another test in a day or two's time. Who knows? I could do that. Alison says, yes, test tonight, no queue at Bondi Beach. There you go. They're open. Oh, they're only open for another 8 minutes. Well, 7 minutes. There you go. They're open for another 7 minutes. So I'll wait till tomorrow. But they're being done down there at Bondi Beach by SIDPATH, which is part, I think, of St. Vincent's Hospital. And the one at Rose Bay is Lavity, and they're a different group again that are doing it. I actually went down to the Rose Bay one, and the line was pretty long, but the test was really simple. I've never had a COVID test before, and I was in and out of that test within 30 seconds or so. I couldn't believe how quick it was. So get tested. It's easy, and they SMS you the answer. I mean, I got SMS'd. I got the test at about 6 o'clock, and I got SMS'd about 2 a.m. in the morning. I got the shock of my life when an SMS went off at 2 in the morning. But, it was a negative result. But we can't take any risks. Please get tested if you're out there in the east watching this, or any part of Sydney watching this. We get people from all over the place. So please... get tested. Jesse says, Bruce, did you gag when you got tested? I didn't. No, I didn't gag at all. Not at all.
Nurse.
Not at all. I didn't gag at all. I thought they were going to put it up my nose much further than what they did, but they didn't. You just felt a little tickle. That's all it was. Up your nostrils and in your mouth, with separate prongs, of course. And they just got some saliva out of your mouth on top of your tongue, and that was basically it. It was easy. It was so easy. It was ridiculous. The only thing which I don't understand about the Rose Bay version of it all is that they're not using the scan code like an FPOS machine thing to get people through fast. They're using the good old pen and sticker. They're not using barcodes. So I don't know why they're not using this thing that the SIDPATH guys have got and using barcodes and just like a little FPOS machine, and it SMSs you and all that sort of stuff. I saw a thing about it. Very interesting. High tech, and it's getting people through nice and quick. So... that's something that they might have to look at Lavity in Rose Bay behind the tennis courts there that I've got it. I've also heard that in Rushcutters Bay, there's a testing facility there. Not that many people are going to. I didn't even know where it was. I still don't even know where it is. If you're in Rushcutters Bay, in that Rushcutters Bay area, let us know. Let us know, I should say, not knows. Let us know where it is. Joyce says Bondi is up the nose only. Oh, it's only up the nose? It's not in your mouth as well? Oh, that's interesting, because the Rose Bay one is both. They're both. They don't muck around. Look, I'll leave it to the experts. They've probably got two different technologies they're using. But I know that I got thoroughly tested, and that's what counts, that you got thoroughly tested too, and you got tested. Because these people sitting back saying, it's not going to happen to me. Oh, I'm okay. I'll be fine. It's just a sniffle, cold. Get bloody tested. Don't risk it. You don't know for sure, because it's all over the place at the moment, this COVID. And if you just joined us, Pitamix is on the list now for a hotspot on the 21st of June on 2 occasions. I don't know the exact times because I wasn't showing the times before we ran to air. We literally ran on here and got told this about 30 seconds before the show started. So, basically, that's. I'm just reading some of the comments here. So that's basically what's been going on. Bruce, who's threatening to hold a secret over someone's head? Ooh, who's holding a secret over someone's head? I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on there. Haha. Let us know. Good one, Bruce. Yes, it was an accidental play on words there. It was totally accidental. I think they should have locked us down for the school holidays so we can send the kids back to school for term 3. My eldest is doing his HSC. This year they don't want to mess things up. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a very good point. To bring E Straw. Oh, to Bruce Straw you're talking about, the guy that's calling me bottom feeder and everything. That's okay. Look, I can't be dealing with him at the moment because I'm doing this, but when I come off, I'll be dealing with him directly, and people know what I'm like when I deal with someone. It's basically, on Facebook, when you join our group, the Eastern Suburbs Community Group, our moderators know this too. Myself and the moderators made it very clear to everyone that joins that they've got to agree not to undermine a mod or myself. And you agree, and then you're allowed in the group. So Bruce Straw has broken one of the rules of the board. So maybe one of the moderators might want to do the honours. Somebody like Thomas or somebody might want to do the honours and, what the honours are. It's up to you guys. I can't be doing everything, but look, that's what rules are for, and that's why we're a big board. We're the biggest community board in the East. The other boards are just backpacker boards full of ads. That's all they are. I don't even know why people bother with them. They're so big of ads and rubbish that goes on. Let's take a quick break and come back with lots more right after this.
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093.
Okay, story time. So I work at a jewelry store, and today a man came in looking for a gift for his wife for their 10th year anniversary. He ended up picking out a piece that said, "My beautiful wife." And I said, "Anything else for you today?" And he said, "No, that's it for her, but I do want to make another purchase using a separate credit card. And could you possibly create a different account for me?" And I said, "Sure, what are you looking for?" And he said, "Do you have anything that says girlfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it. And do you have anything that says happy 1-year anniversary to go with it?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it." So I boxed everything up all nice and I put them in their respected bags. He had me mark a K for Kristen on the bottom of his wife's bag and an L for Laura on the bottom of his girlfriend's bag. I put pretty bows on them. I handed it to him. I said, "They're gonna love it. Have a nice day." And he said, "Thank you." And shit, I just remembered that his wife's name is Laura and his girlfriend's name is Kristen. I must have mixed up the bags. Oops.
We're asking people in the street, what do they think of Goldberg Live?
The psychiatrist decided that this was the situation for me.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. You wanna see my tits?
I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out.
Goldberg Live. It could be worse. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
And welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing it live from Goldberg Manor where the sun never sets. It never does. We suck up all that power and we spit it out. We use up the whole energy grid. That's true. We do. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Okay, if you have anything you want to say about the lockdown or the latest COVID hotspot that's just been announced being Pitamix down at Rose Bay, please, by all means, type it in. Have your say. We'd love to hear from you. This is a fully live and interactive show brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. If you're looking for a painter, a plumber, an electrician, or anything like that, any tradie at all, you need to go to hiretraders.com.au and you get 3 free quotes from tradies that are close by. It's simple. I even use it myself. I do. Seriously, I do. And basically, it's a free service. It's obligation free. You get 3 free quotes. So what are you waiting for? Why not get the best price for what you want done? hiretraders.com.au for painters, electricians, plumbers. You know what I'm saying. hiretraders.com.au. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's read what's going on the board here. If you got anything you want to say, now's the time to type it right in and have your say. We'd love to hear from you. We're doing this on YouTube, Facebook. If you're watching from any of those streaming sites, please, because we're going out to hundreds of them at the moment. And if you just joined us, Pitamix Rose Bay has just been added to the hotspot list for the 21st of June. We don't know the exact times. I haven't got it in front of me, but we were told this about 10 or 20 seconds before we went to air tonight. So you might want to look up the COVID website page thing, and that will tell you what time it was on the 21st of June for Pitamix at Rose Bay. It seems like it's getting everywhere, this COVID now. It's just gone crazy. They reckon the Delta strain is more contagious than the other strain that we had. I don't know what the other strain was called, but it's crazy. But those frontline workers are working really hard. Nurse. Yes, they are indeed. And hello to any of the frontline workers that are watching this. We salute you. I salute you, because you guys have got a huge job in front of you, and you're doing the right thing for the community. We love it. And if you're still just joining us now to find out if I've revealed who this limo driver is, the answer is no. I have not revealed who it is. I won't say who it is. Basically, it wasn't intentional, and if it was, that's a different story, but it wasn't intentional. So I'm going to keep it to my chest, and I won't say it, and I don't think he needs any more crap than what he's already copped for all this. I think he's learned his lesson that he needs to get COVID tested regularly and wear a mask. So anyway, let's leave it at that. Okay, anything else on your mind? Please type it away and have your say. I feel sorry for all these new places that have just opened, and this happens, I am, Jesse. I am. In more ways than one. In more ways than one, Jesse. Anyway, I do feel sorry for these shops that have just opened, and they're just trying to establish themselves now, and they get locked down. Oh boy, what a bad time to open a new shop, hey? What a bad time. It's hard enough as it is. Struggle street already. Don't need this to add to it. Let's all hope that after the 9th of July, it's back to normal again, or before that even, before the 9th of July. Hello, Jackie from Jackie's Hair in Ian Street. Now, here's Jackie from Rose Bay, okay? Now, Jackie owns Jackie's Hair, pretty well known, it's pretty popular. Every lady in the area knows one of the best hairdressers is Jackie. I'm not saying that, it's true, okay? I'm not just making that up, it's true fact, okay? Now, basically, Jackie, can you tell us what's happening with you and your industry with COVID? What is exactly happening? Because I'd like to basically find out. I'm sure everyone else would love to find out. So if you could just write it on our board, that'd be fantastic. I know it's not fair for hairdressers, and yet shops that are not essential items are opening. And I won't mention who they are, but really, I mean, seriously, what is defined by an essential item? What is defined by essential items? Can somebody please tell us? Somebody please. Just tell us what is an essential item. I know medicines are, and the chemists will still be open. And I know food, or Woolies and Coles and Aldi and IGA and all them will be open, of course. But what else is essential? What else have we got that's essential? So why are these other shops, toy shops and other clothing shops, still open? They're not essential. So in theory, if you're caught in these non-essential shops, you'd be fined. In theory, of course. In theory. But the police are out and about. They are definitely out and about, especially around Bondi. Macca's is open, I've just been told on one of the other streams here. Yep, Macca's is... Oh, Alison said that. Okay, thanks, Alison. Yeah, Macca's will always be open because that is food, and that is considered an essential thing. So as Shiley says, is medical, food, and education. So it's got to... Well, I don't know about the the education will be there. Obviously, people that work in hospitals, they'll be going to work as usual. People that work in restaurants. We were essential until Joe Bailey's salon was bad. Yeah, Joe Bailey. He made a claim. They made a claim that I could be wrong here with the amount, but he said 900 customers. How on earth do you get 900 customers through your salon like that? 900? Come on, that can't be right. 900 customers? Jackie, is that possible? Is that possible that Joe Bailey got 900 customers in that short period of time. I must be in the wrong business. I must be in the wrong business. I mean, the male escort business is pretty good, but I mean, surely you can't get 900 people in a salon like that. Nurse. Oh, we're a bit late there on the boom tish there, Mr. Producer. We're going to have a meeting after the show about that, I think. Yeah, we should have a meeting after the show about that. Too slow on the boom tishes. You need to speed them up. Hair by Joe Bailey. I beg one of the 900 went to Woolies Double Bay after getting their hair done. I bet you they did. 900, come on. You can't fit 900 into Joe Bailey's. Seriously? I assume no, this is what... Elon Anthony says, I assume no visitors, definitely not 900 people. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I'm lost for words. 900 people? Oh, can only dream. A coffee shop doesn't even get 900 people. How on earth does a hair salon get 900 people? 900 in a week. I find that hard to believe too. I find that extremely hard to believe. I mean, I could be wrong, I mean, he's got a great reputation. They're a great place. They're great. Everyone knows Joe Bailey, right? But 900 people? They had the same QR code for all their salons. Oh, I see, Jackie. They had the same QR code for all that. How many salons have they got? They've got 2 that I know of. What other ones have they got? The things people would do for a blow dry. Yes, the things that people would do for that. How much does he charge for a blow dry? There used to be a blow bar in Rose Bay. Do you remember that? Didn't take off, didn't work. And I think they left or something happened there. I don't know. But 900 people? 900 people, that's just insane. Now, there was a report earlier that a chemist on Campbell Parade got fined or cautioned for not having QR codes at the door for people to scan in. There was nowhere for them to scan in. A chemist shop, out of all things. You'd think they would be the first to do it. They should know better than that. A chemist shop on Campbell Parade. See, so no one's safe. They're going around checking on everybody. They're out patrolling everywhere. Jason says, hello, Jason, works out approximately 125 a week. So therefore, like 60 approximately a week per store is very doable. Yeah, that's possible. That is possible. Okay, so Jackie says they got one in Bondi Junction and Double Bay. So there's 3. Okay. Jess says, where do you get your haircut, Bruce? That's a good question. I used to go up to Bondi Junction, and I still do go up to Bondi Junction. There you go. I go to, what's it called up there? Man Cave, and the other one that's next to Woolies. They're owned by the same people. Ali Barber or something or other. The one next to Woolworths and Man Cave next to JB. They're owned by the same people, same guy. He's a nice guy, actually. I've met him and his son. I know him. Yeah, he's a nice guy, so yeah, I go there. Kevin on Bondi Road is good. Okay. Is that near the cake shop there, opposite the cake shop? Kevin on Bondi? Oh my God, did you see the latest list in Rose Bay? Well, Jackie, yeah, Pitamix is on the list. Or anywhere else is on the list? G'day, Thomas. How are you? Brian the Barber at Barbers at the Bay. Oh my God, did you see the latest list? Jackie, anyone else besides Pitamix that's on the list? Please let me know. Or say it here, let us all know. Because I got that like 10 or 20 seconds before I came to air here tonight. Hello, Thomas. Thomas, I got a little project for you. Thomas is the one that got Barat to sign that thing about Alex, I love sex. That's Thomas for you. That's the man. That is the man. That's the man. One of the Bondi and Rose Bay boys. You don't mess with Thomas. Pokey as well. Okay, so it's the same staff member for Pokey Mix and for Pitamix. Yeah, it's the same company, so it's obviously got some staff, or one of the person's gone from one of their shops to the other shop. Thomas, I've got a little assignment for you. There's a guy called Bruce Straw. Okay, I want you to wave him goodbye, if you know what I'm saying. Do the honours. You got my blessing to do the honours, Thomas. Bruce Straw. We don't need someone like Bruce Straw in our group.
It's the ones we reject. Nurse. That's true. It's true. It's a true thing. Next to Bake Bar, yeah, Pokey Mix next to Bake Bar. Gee, they make really good poke bowls there, though. They do. I put a photo up about it the other day. They make really good stuff. Well, you know, I hope all this stuff just goes as quickly as it came, because it's really Bruce Straw. Yeah, Bruce Straw. Wave him goodbye, Thomas. Wave him. Do the honors. You know what I'm saying, Thomas? Yeah. Hello, Esther Goldie. One of the Goldie girls is in the house. Hello. Hello, Harry Bull Abood. Welcome to you too. Maybe people should pick up their own food. I think Deliveroo and Uber drivers have it. Maybe. Well, remember last year... Aloha, Uncle Bruce. Remember last year when one of the Uber delivery drivers was going to get tested and the queue was too long, and the Daily Mail followed him and showed that he wasn't getting tested? Does anyone remember that last year? How time flies by. Does anyone remember that? I clearly remember that. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. It's the ones we reject that makes this board the best. So basically, yeah, that's something to remember, and that's a very good point about the about the delivery guys. That's a very good point, because if they're going everywhere, you know, they could be spreading that virus. You know, they need work too, and so do all the shops and the restaurants that they're getting the food from. And I bet you they're doing a booming business at the moment. Deliveroo, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Menulog, all of them. I've got all of them. But you know what? I've put on so many kilos since I've been using them. I know Jackie O from Kiss FM's been putting on weight using them too. I've read about that. I'm thinking you're not the only one. So I'm trying to cut down on that as much as I can, and just, you know, get the butlers to cook for me here, you know, because here in Goldberg Manor we have butlers, and basically they usually cook for me. But, you know, I had a craving for some junk food, and, you know, basically if you've got craving for junk food, you can get your butlers to go out and get it, but I don't want anything to be cooked when I've got a craving for junk food from anyone here anyway. I mean, they're great. They feed me every night when I want to be fed, but, you know, bottle fed too. Yeah, true. I'm not kidding. Nurse. I feel sorry for a lot of the businesses, though, on the streets now around Bondi. It's very sad. Yeah, and around Rose Bay and Double Bay. They're struggling as it is. This is just an extra nail in the coffin. It really is. It's crazy. It's insane. We can cook our own food now, being at home. My beautiful neighbour bought me a lovely food today because she was cooking all day. Alison, let us know who your neighbour is, and we'll ask her for some food as well. I think we should all go and ask your neighbour for some food. That was spot on there, Mr. Producer. That was absolutely spot on. If you have anything you want to say, type it in on the board below, whether it be YouTube or Facebook you're watching this on. We stream out throughout the world. And for those people that try to watch this back during the week, we've got a little problem with Facebook at the moment. You can always watch this back live on, watch it back on YouTube and all the other streams. But Facebook, we've got an issue. Somebody's claiming that we've infringed on their copyright, which is not true. So they block us all the time after we do the live show. I get a notice saying this show has been blocked. So if you need to catch up on a Goldberg live show, something controversial, something rude that you might want to hear twice, please go to YouTube and check it out there, because YouTube aren't like the Facebook bot. Cheeky Thomas. I've got chicken stock brewing on a stove top. Oh, good. I stocked up on soup. You can't go wrong with soup. And they had a sale on the other day for $1.75 for Campbell's. So basically you're buying a can. They're a can company, really. Campbell's, they sell cans. The stuff that's in the can is cheaper than the can itself. So they're just a can company. That's how I look upon Campbell's. You got to look at things in reverse. Like a mobile phone is not really a mobile phone. It's a computer with a phone on it. You get what I'm saying? You got to think outside the box. Tali says, I've stocked up on Indian food. Sorry, I was going to say something else there. I stocked up on Indian food. Wow. How do you stock up on Indian food, though? Andy Warhol soup. Oh, I love Indian food, especially in the winter.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, I wonder if the other places have got like Jewel of the Bay and at Rose Bay, it's always packed. I wonder if they're doing just takeaway. Anyone been there? I heard also Bistro Moncur, oh no, is now a COVID hotspot as well. Oh dear. Jackie, where are those Rose Bay lists? I know Pitamix and Pokey Mix are on the list. Where else is there? We'd like to know. You're hearing this live and exclusively here on Goldberg Live, which the media hasn't even got hold of yet. I mean, they're going to once they've seen this, because everyone from the media is on our Facebook group. Ask Thomas. I mean, he puts something up from Barat on our group, and then bang, it's all over the news. Sydney Morning Herald, Daily Mail, everywhere. It's like, boom. Sushi Den Vaucluse. Oh, wow. Sushi Den. So we had Wushuku, and now Sushi Den's gone as well. Thank you, Eve. Eve, this is specially... Hang on, we'll just get the producers to do this. Can you do that one? Yeah. Eve, this one's specially for you. Nurse. Eve loves that. She loves that, Nurse. She does. She told me in person. She said she loves that when we do that. Probably more tomorrow. Jackie, do you have that list of the other Rose Bay places or Double Bay, Bondi areas that are hotspots? I can't read the list and do this show at the same time. Rice Pot in Hall Street. Oh, wow. And I Love Pizza. Where's the I Love Pizza again? Okay, I know Rice Pot. I used to get Thai from there. They're in Hall Street. It's spreading so quick. It is. That's why we're in lockdown. Haha, that is because the journalists all live in the East. It's why news is and the divorce realities in life are Penrith and AG. Yeah, I agree with you there, Alison. Is a toy shop essential? No, it's not. And that was open today, I've been told. So I don't get it. I just don't get this. It's a make it up as you go along laws, really, folks. It really is. I mean, you know, if it's essential or if it's not essential, if it's not essential and it's a toy shop, why is it bloody well open? Why? Because in theory, if you get caught in that toy shop as a customer, not buying essential items, and a toy is not essential, the kid can scream and wait another week or so for the toy or whatever, or they can play with their other toys, then in theory, you should be fined. Seriously. That's not essential. So what's it doing? It's called greed. That's what it is, greed. But again, on the other hand, we've got to support local shops. So we've got to weigh it up fair. You know what I mean? Yes, 2 of the toy stores in Rose Bay open today. We've got 2 toy stores? I thought we only had 1 in Rose Bay. La Pidina in Bondi is another hotspot, according to Eve Rose Israeli. Nurse. Thank you, Eve. Remember ScoMo Jigsaw comment? Megan Clark says. I don't know what that means. We've got 2 toy stores. You mean the arts and crafts store, which is also like a toy shop sort of thing? Is that the other toy shop? I only know of the Red Rocket thing. That's all I know about. I'm going to take a quick break, folks, and have a good cough because I need a really good cough. And we'll be back right after this.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Hi, it's Susan Van Chafsky here with the Vaucluse Daily. I've struggled through the rain down to the inner west to Paddington today to collect some bed linen for the guest wing. Alarmed, to say the least, at the amount of traffic and people and faces glaring at me. Somewhat of a fishbowl, this car like a beacon in the night. But, guys, more to the point, absolutely disturbed today upon discovering that in my dressing room there was a beige Todd's loafer atop a patent pump. Now my vocal folds dropped octaves at this sight. Never shall the twain meet, so they say. Let alone be on top of one another, let alone inside one another.
G'day, this is Jim from Jim's Airlines. Yeah, come fly with us. Come fly the friendly skies. Yeah, we'll give you vouchers for Jim's mowing, Jim's dog cleaning, Jim's jogging. And we've also got this new stuff called Jim's toilet paper. That's Jim's Airlines for you. Have a good one.
Hey, love.
Oh, Hey, you going to the prison gym?
Oh, no, I'm just going to eat some food in my prison wear. Prison wear. Eating prison food in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Flirting with the guard in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear.
Fashioning a shank in my prison wear.
Prison wear. Prison wear. Getting with my ex in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Getting knocked up by the guard in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear.
Eating ice cream with my shank in my prison wear.
Prison wear. Prison wear. Now brushing my teeth in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Hooking up with Ruby in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear.
Hooking up with everyone in my prison wear.
Prison wear. Prison wear. Selling used undies in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear.
Getting lost in my own flashbacks. In my prison wear.
Prison wear. Prison wear. Trying to escape in my prison wear. Prison wear. Prison wear. Doing literally nothing in my prison wear. Prison wear.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
And welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live from Goldberg Manor where the sun, it never sets. Okay, I've just been given a list of more places that have been added now. The media is just getting their hands on this now as we speak. So this is sort of exclusive to us. Thank you, Jackie, for this list. Okay, so here it is, folks. Okay, on Monday the 21st of June, Raw Bar at Bondi Beach. The 21st of June is Rice Pot. I Love Pizza on the 21st of June. La Pedina in Glen Eyre Avenue. That's on the 21st of June as well. Oakberry Ackeye in Gould Street, Bondi. That's also on a hot list for the 21st of June. Massaleria, I think it's pronounced. Bondi, that's that steak place. 21st of June. Bondi, Banana Blossom in Jakes Avenue, Bondi on the 21st of June. Pokey Mix, we already know about. That's Monday the 21st of June between 4:15 and 4:25. And Pitta Mix on the 21st between 1:55 and 2:10. Sushi Dining Den, New South Head Road, Monday the 21st of June. We've got Woolworths Town Hall. It's just been added on the 23rd of June and 24th of June. Woolworths in Cairns. Oh, okay, that's not us. Okay. Yeah, and the rest is not us at the moment. So there you go. So there it is. The list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's getting huge, and that's why we're in lockdown. Now you know why. There you go. Thank you, Tim. Yes, there it is. Yep, they're getting their hands on it now as we speak. The media. It's just been published by the New South Wales Health. That's how the media get it as well. Just as I was reading it out, and probably a little bit earlier or just after I've read it out. So there it is. Thank you, Jackie, for that. So that's a bit scary. A lot of places that I go to are listed. Gee whiz, I tell you what. I can't believe this limo guy went to the same place as I did. Unbelievable. I've never met this guy in my life. But anyway, there it is. Anything else you want to say, folks? Please write it on the board and have you say. We'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, just type it in that box below. If you're watching it on Realstream or any other streaming service, type it in the chat box. It comes up on our screen just over there somewhere. Okay, anything else you want to say, just type it in the box. Don't be shy. Have you say. This is fully live and interactive. Thank you, Alison. Thank you. I'm glad someone cares about the piano player being me. Why are you allowed to advertise? because Tim, you can say anything you like on a real stream. You can say anything you like. Anything you would like to say. Anything. Jackie, look at my above comment. Above comment. I don't know, Jackie, what you mean by that. I don't want this stream to end. Thank you, Jesse. Nor do I, but, you know, we could go... Look, let's do a marathon. Let's go to 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? Who's going to be up with me? We can play games. We can have trivia quizzes. We can do lots of things. We've got it already here queued up. It's just a matter of, you know, participation. And at the moment, we've got a lot of people participating, so I'm not going anywhere. As soon as news comes in to Goldberg Manor, the producers that are sitting just over here will hand it to me, the news, and I will get it just here. That's where they are, from Madways. And as I keep saying, we're going to turn this camera around one day and you'll see the Madway production guys. They do a great job here when they're on time, of course, with their boom tishes and the nurses and all the sound effects and everything. Yes, and I can hear a helicopter too, Scotty. I can hear a helicopter too. Can you hear the helicopter, Fernando? Yes, I can hear it. What's going on? Maybe they're just checking out Bondi Beach, making sure people are abiding by the law. Who knows? But you hear helicopters here all the time. Yes, we can all hear the helicopter. It's live. See, it just shows you this show is live. It's not pre-recorded. It is live. It is live. It is fully live. Yes, there is a helicopter. It's probably just Polair 1. Anything else you want to say, just say it on the board. Have your say. If you want to hear a gag again that we've got tons of gags here to play, and you've got a favourite one, please, by all means, let me know, and we'll get one of the producers here to line it up on our computer system that we've got. We use a computer system here to do all this stuff. That's how this all works with our producers and me. It's not me on my own. There's staff here doing this with me. This morning, same IE, did you hear about the 5 drug overdoses in Bondi? Yes, Megan, we did. Yeah, there's opioid being mixed in with cocaine. That's what was going on. There was people that were, I think, airlifted or something or other. 2 ladies from Vaucluse. Hello, Daniel Barron. Daniel Barron's on here. Watch this.
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093.
See, it's just like that. We can just promote Daniel Barron from LJ Hooker like that. You see, LJ Hooker. Actually, I was watching the news tonight and they mentioned LJ Hooker at Double Bay. They're selling this place that's got a Batcave, a car in it or something or other. It's worth a fortune down south somewhere. And LJ Hooker Double Bay, where Daniel Barron is from, who's the most respected, I think, the most respected real estate agent in the East, who I've bought property off myself, and I can honestly tell you that. They've got this amazing place with a bowling alley, 2 lanes, Batcave. It's my sort of place, but it's in the wrong suburb. It's down south. It's not in the East. I'm an Eastern Suburbs boy. I'm born and bred here. I can't go down south and buy a $50 million property. I want it up here, but it's going to cost $100 million if it was up here. But yeah, it's one of those things. Katrina Nis says, ha. Great to have you on board, Katrina. You're a newbie here, I think. Ilan Anthony, where? Explain more. Drug overdose. Yeah, well, there was people using coke. Okay. Batman again. Yeah, it is, Thomas. To the Batmobile. Let's go. And for those wondering, yes, I'm a big Adam West Batman supporter, okay? From the 60s Batman, not these new movies things. I'm talking about the 60s TV show. I'm a big fan. Bondi around Gould Street, 6 people overdosed. 3 went to St. Vincent's and 3 to Prince of Wales. Thank you, Anne. Anne, one of our regulars here, and the person that gives us inside information around the East, which is fantastic. Thank you, Anne. That's what's happened. So basically what's happened is there's bad coke going around, supposedly. I don't take the stuff. I wouldn't have a clue. But this is what's being reported. It has opioids mixed in with it or something or other. And there was a warning about this street stuff ages ago or a week ago or whatever, and people are still doing it. And that's what happens when you take stuff you don't know where it's from. And illegal stuff. So, maybe it's a lesson that these 6 people will no longer take drugs. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I hope they survive, and it might be a lesson learnt that you don't take drugs. If it was that wonderful, then we'd all be taking it, right? Think about it. I don't take it. I've never taken drugs. I've been offered it 1,000,001 times, but I never take it. I don't need to. I get a kick out of champagne and all that sort of stuff. Yes, I can hear the helicopter now. It's getting very close to Goldberg Manor again. Very, very close. Yes, very close. Maybe they're coming in to say hello to me. I know some of the guys from Polair 1, actually. It's a long story, but I won't share it. But I know one of the guys from Polair. And I won't go into why and how and everything, but it's a fun and very amazing story, actually. It's incredible. But there you go. It's Polair 1 probably just doing their rounds and doing their job. That's good. That's what they get paid for. They belong west of King Street. Who's west of King Street? What's King Street? West of King Street? What, the city? What do you think about the recent Britney Spears court battle? Well, as that guy said a few years ago, leave Britney alone. Remember him? Remember that guy that went famous for doing that video? Leave Britney alone.
Nurse.
Well, he was right. I mean, Britney is in difficulty with a father, supposedly. I mean, I met the guy actually that signed Britney Spears up many years ago. I met him when he was in Sydney for another reason, and he's a very interesting guy. He also signed up Tiffany. Do you remember Tiffany? I think I'm alone now. I think we're alone now. Remember in the 80s? He signed her up too. She was the first incarnation of what Britney Spears was turned into be. So Tiffany didn't go too much further, but she's really good live. Tiffany, she plays a guitar and everything. She's very, very good. So there you go. Do your best Britney impersonation, Jesse? I'll leave that to you, mate. I mean Britney, bitch. Okay. No, I'll leave that to you. I can't do Britney because she's got that many. Oh, you want me to shave my hair off? I can shave my hair off if you want. We can do it live on the show. I can share my hair off for charity or something. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't have a problem with that. Bondi is the worst, i.e. loads of underground ice heads. Yeah, well, they take their lives into their own hands and they think they're tough and it's not going to happen to them. And guess what? There's 6 people thinking twice now. They're in hospital, and I hope they all survive. People who take drugs are everywhere, not necessarily druggies. Okay, well, that's your opinion. I have my opinion. So what happened with Melissa Caddick investigation? It's died in the bum. Yeah, that's a good question, Shirl. Haven't heard much. There was some document I saw signed from a court or something or other. The last thing I heard was Melissa Caddick's property up there is about to be sold off. Absolutely sold off. And, who better to sell a property than this guy?
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay.
There you go. See, who better than Daniel Barron, right? He's hopping, she's hopping around. Well, I did say last year it's a murder. I did say she's dead, and the police supposedly were making out that she was up in Queensland. I thought it was bullshit. I said that on this board that she's dead. She died ages ago, back in November, and I still think it's a murder. And I think we still haven't heard the end of this yet. There's more to come. The finances are being worked out, but there's more to come. And, I'd say the police are keeping it all to themselves, what's going on at the moment. But to me, it's a classic murder. It's textbook. But I tell you what's really intriguing. Most of you would know that there's a guy who's been arrested several times for fraud and everything called Peter Foster. And Peter Foster was on bail and living also in Dover Heights, and I won't say exactly what street, but one street away from where Melissa Caddick was living. So we had Australia's biggest con man living one street away from a woman who was caught red-handedly doing a Ponzi scheme, one and most publicized thing you've ever heard of in your life. I mean, who gets 2 episodes of 60 Minutes? Seriously, I mean, come on. Not even the Prime Minister gets that. So you got one that's one street away from the other, and now Peter Foster is on the run. There's a warrant out for his arrest. And I remember when we mentioned that Peter Foster was up at Dover Heights Peter Foster, the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, Michael. Yes, that's true. Basically, someone did say they saw him at a Chinese restaurant at Rose Bay when he was supposed to be in home detention. So he puts his finger up to the law. And, the magistrate, whoever allowed him out, should be shamed, because that's the sort of thing that we don't need in this community, a weak magistrate that lets a person who is just continually absconding and running away from the police, etc., 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 to give him bail. It was obvious what was going to happen. I mean, I remember 2 occasions he was caught in Queensland in a bush trying to do a runner, and he was on a current affair for doing that. And then the classic one where they had 2 policemen on a beach jogging past him, and they did a U-turn and came back whilst he was walking his dogs and crash tackled him. It was a beautiful tackle. I've got to say, that's a beautiful tackle. Those guys must be playing rugby league. It was a beautiful tackle. So doesn't that tell you common sense as a magistrate? Maybe they don't have common sense, that this guy needs to be remanded in jail, should not be out on bail. And how does he end up living at Dover Heights? That's what I want to know. Near Melissa Caddick. What the hell's going on at Dover Heights? I've often wondered this about Dover Heights. We've got 3 unsolved murders at Dover Heights. We've got maybe a 4th murder, being Melissa Caddick, who's missing, presumed dead. But, that's going on. We've had Peter Foster up there. And it's a nice area, Dover Heights. What is going on here? What is going on? It's mind-boggling. It's just totally mind-boggling. Hello, Karen. How are you? Oh, I was just thinking of you the other day, Karen. I saw did you see that photo I put up of Woolworths at Double Bay yesterday? That big, massive queue? I was thinking of you because I know you use Scan and Go like I do. If all those people standing with those baskets in that long queue at Double Bay used Scan and Go, there would not be any queue. And for those wondering, what the hell's Scan and Go? What is he talking about? It's an app for Woolworths, only at Woolworths Double Bay at the moment, and a few other Woolworths around Sydney, but only in the east at Double Bay, where you download this app, and as you shop and take stuff off the shelf and put it in your trolley or your little basket, you scan it in on your app, and it charges you, right? Well, it adds it to the list. And then all you do is pay on your app. And when you pay on your app, when you go through this little gate thing, you scan the barcode, and that's it. You're out of there. You don't have to queue up and go through the damn self-serve checkouts and place the items on the weighing thing and then put it in the trolley and have the guys standing over you behind your back. I hate that when they do that. It's like the Gestapo standing over you, watching every move you make. I can't stand that about Woolworths or Coles or any of them. So Scan and Go is a godsend. It is. Once you've used Scan and Go, you never want to go back. Seriously, you never, ever, ever want to go back to scanning at self-serve checkouts ever again. You don't need to. You just scan as you're going along shopping, and then you just push everything straight through. That's how easy it is. It's genius. It's absolute genius. How does it work for fruit and veggies, Esther? That's a very good question. Okay, so what you do is you get your fruit and veggies, whatever you want. Let's say I'm getting 6 apples, okay? I put the 6 apples in one of those little plastic bags things. You wet it and go spit on it, to separate the plastic bag thing on the roll. You put it on the scales, and then the electronic scales knows what it is now. It knows that it's apples or bananas or whatever, and it gives you a barcode, and you scan the barcode, and that's it. That's it. That's how they do it with fruit and veggie. And that's a very good question. Yep, there's Joanne Stibbard Power. Loved it. Hope it comes to all supermarkets soon. So do I. I can't understand why we're going through this self-serve rubbish. Scan and Go should be rolled out everywhere. It should be in every Woolworths, every Coles, everywhere. I don't know how they stop shoplifting with it. I have no idea, but they do random checks with it. They pull you over when the computer says check, and they scan 6 items randomly to make sure that or 7 randomly to make sure that you have actually scanned those in and been charged for them. So that's how they do it. Those plastic bags drive me nuts. They drive me nuts too, Megan. They really do. You weigh it and scan. Yeah, that's right, Thomas. You do. So for all those people that shop at Woolworths, get yourself get yourselves a Woolies app, and there's Scan and Go in the app where you. Let me just hang on. Let me have a look. I'll tell you where you find it. Okay, this is where you find it. You get the Woolies app. Okay. And it connects automatically onto your membership rewards points too. So it automatically does all that. And the parking at Double Bay, it does that too. So and then you press the More button down the bottom. And then there's Scan and Go. There it is there. Look, see? Scan and Go. Oh, let me just see what I'm showing here to everybody. There it is. Scan and Go. Oh, we're flaring there because it's white. It's flaring. But anyway, that's Scan and Go. It won't work unless you're near Woolworths at Double Bay. They've thought of that one too. So you can't use it at Metro or anywhere else, only at Double Bay. But it's a little gate that opens once you've paid and you've barcoded. But if you look, ask the staff there. They're all trained to show you that. They're trying to get everyone onto it. But it's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. It is. I swear by it. So does Karen, because I've seen Karen down there. And you pack your bags as you go in the trolley. It's mind-boggling. It's so good. It's the best thing ever. And I don't work for Woolworths, okay? It's only Double Bay at the moment. I believe Westfield don't have it. Yeah, it's at a few other stores in the city, and they're rolling it out slowly. They just announced it last week that they're rolling it out since the success of Double Bay. Double Bay was the first place to get it. They got it in 2018, if my memory serves me right. So it's been a huge success, but they should get more people using it. And all those people queuing up didn't have to queue up, because if I'm there, I just push straight through and say, excuse me, and just go straight through and I'm done. I just go straight to my car. That's it. To the Batmobile. So that's what I do. Woolworths is outrageously expensive in Bondi Junction, even with my points from Woolworths credit card. Oh, Android. Yeah, look, Woolworths, you know what I found recently? Woolworths is expensive with like chemist line stuff, like shampoos, toothpaste, all of that sort of stuff, right? Chemist Warehouse is so much cheaper. And there's one thing that I won't say what it is, but there is one thing I buy, and get this, Woolworths, on the same item, same size, $30 more in price. I could not believe it. $30 difference to Chemist Warehouse. So if it's just toothpaste or stuff like that, have a look at Chemist Warehouse, because they're so much cheaper. They're like half the price of Woolworths or Coles. And I won't sit here all night and bore you all why. I know exactly why, but I won't go into it all because it'll bore the crap out of all of us, including myself. But have a look at your price. Compare your prices with Chemist Warehouse. You'll see there's some things that are just like half the price at Woolies. And if you're buying, half the price at Chemist Warehouse. So if you're buying a whole stack of stuff, it's worth your while to save $1 going to Chemist Warehouse instead of buying it from Woolies. And, you know, Woolworths needs to reduce their prices on some of their stuff. Finish dishwasher tablets a lot cheaper at Chemist Warehouse. Yeah, look, you know, Finish dishwashing tablets is a good example. It's a classic example. Can you share with us what you buy? Daniel, come on. You know what I buy. Those extra large things. You know what they say guys with big hands have got? Big feet. They do. Where's the boom tish in that? Finish dishwashing detergent. I'll tell you something funny about that, Karen. It's interesting you mentioned that. Finish dishwashing detergent is so overpriced, and Choice Magazine does not say it's necessarily the best. I have used the Aldi one, Logix, the Woolworths one, Shine, and the Coles brand. And guess what? You cannot tell the difference. And I'll give you an example. The Woolworths one, Shine, you get 30 tablets for $4. $4. It's made in China. But the Coles one, see, I know all about this. The Coles one is made in the same factory as the Aldi one. It's made in Luxembourg. And Aldi and Coles charge about $4 or $5 for 30 tablets. And if you can honestly tell me the difference, show me the difference between Finish, the results of Finish, versus these other generic brands, I will buy you a pack of Finish. Because you can't tell. I've been using them for years. And Choice Magazine actually said they're the best bang for your buck as well. And they did test. Finish is just marketed so damn well, and that you think that that ball is going to do magic for you. It's not. It's just BS. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's marketing at its best. And that's basically it. Look, I might be well off, but I refuse to be ripped off. And we're all well off living in the East, but why should we be ripped off? Anyway, thank you, Daniel, for that question. Yeah, but if you need to buy real estate,
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ.
that's enough. He's getting enough publicity out of me. He gets enough publicity. Actually, your payment's due too, by the way, Daniel. We charge $6,000 a month for these ads on Goldberg Live. If you want your ad to be like that, like a Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker ad, we do charge $6,000 a month on Goldberg Live. You get it seen by thousands of locals. Thousands. Hello, Merc. Welcome to the show once again. If you've just joined us, Merc, there's a lot of places on the list now for hotspots. We've got Pitamix, Pokemix, places in Bondi. There's a whole new list that's just been put up, and it's spreading everywhere. Allison says, Chem Warehouse cheaper, got to be on vitamin D, C, now COVID here, plus zinc is good too. Yeah, I don't think anyone can beat Chemist Warehouse on their prices. Seriously, I don't think they can. They haven't got the buying power. Chemist Warehouse it's owned by a family in South Australia, actually, Chemist Warehouse. I have a nickname for it, but my closest friends know what I call it, but I won't say it on here. It sounds like warehouse. Let's just say that, okay? Let's just say that. Nurse. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anything else that's on your mind, folks? Would love to hear from you. Just type it in the box below. Have your say if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Your input is our output. COVID livermestine, says Thomas. Okay. I don't know what that is, but I believe you, Thomas. But Thomas, you'd be interested in this. The protein powders at Chemist Warehouse, they're so much cheaper there. Oh my God, they're so much cheaper, the protein powders. You should have a look into that. Seriously. Oxford is running a trial in the UK now. Try India, Thomas. Huh? What am I missing out on here? Anyway. You're watching Goldberg Live, in case you're wondering who I am. I'm Goldberg and you're not, basically. And you're watching this show. I think it's time we have a Vaucluse Daily just for Merc. She loves the Vaucluse Daily.
This is to the man in the car who just told me to F off after I asked him to please slow down on our narrow neighborhood street moments ago. Dear sir, I imagine you are not from one of our narrow neighborhood streets, and I imagine you are unaware that the street you were speeding on is filled with families, with young children, dogs, people who ride bikes and walk. Okay, this is a neighborhood. It is not a thoroughfare, nor is it a highway. And I also believe you don't know the appropriate response to please slow down. The appropriate response would be, of course, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, thank you, and then slow down. Now I'm actually late for the Celebrity Centre. Tanya, we need to speed up. They've got me doing an on-camera piece today. And this has nothing to do with the party we had last night. Don't give me that look. Come on.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Zapatero, ¿qué opina usted del gobierno de Zapatero? Pues igual que yo. ¿Y qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted? ¿Qué opina usted del gobierno canario? ¿Y de los ayuntamientos de la isla?
Yeah. Welcome back to Goldberg Live from Goldberg Manor, where the sun that never sets. You got it. Hey, if you've got anything you want to say, type it in the box below and have your say. We're doing this on a special lockdown edition of Goldberg Live. Day 2 for us here in the East and day 1 for the greater part of Sydney. Interesting what's been going on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you want to read what's exactly going on, you need to read it on our board here. Just here, because this is from all the streams combined into one. Just here. So it's not just Facebook or YouTube. It's all these different streams we go out through. Hundreds of them. Hundreds of streams here on Goldberg Live. It's better off than being dead, right? It's a lot better than being dead. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Thank you. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, what else are we doing here, folks? Yes, from the local soil bacteria, groundbreaking in medicine, a Nobel Prize was awarded. What are we talking about? I'm lost where we are. I'm totally lost where what you guys had been talking about when I took that break. It's amazing what happens during breaks here on Goldberg Live. We should film what goes on here in the Goldberg Manor during the breaks. It's hilarious. It's really, really incredible. Now, Pfizer vaccine is going to become available to all of us. I don't tell anyone this, but from a good source, from the end of this month, everyone will be able to get Pfizer under the age of 60. Yes. That's all. Most of you out there, I would assume. But for the older ones, you'll have to get the AstraZeneca unless you got some other way of getting it. There's a few little loopholes in the system. I won't go into them all, but yeah, there's a few. So I want to know, and Thomas, can you find out for me, if you are getting the Pfizer vaccine, can you get Viagra as well with it, a double dose? I mean, because I believe in Pfizer. I mean, if they can raise the dead, they can certainly look after the living. Nurse. A nurse was better than a boom tish, yeah, on that one. Are you a Slovakian, Thomas? I never know. I never knew, I should say. I never ever knew. Hello, Ronnie. Ronnie, the most localist local in the eastern suburbs. Yeah, he is. If you're looking for a great strata manager, Ronnie's your man. Ronnie is your man. Pfizer is now available at Prince Alfred Hospital. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it'll be available in all the other hospitals by the end of the month, I've been told. But don't tell anyone. It's a secret. It's a secret, okay? My grandmother was from Montecito, Manicox. Oh, there you go. You learn a new thing about the members of this board all the time. It's great to have you on board, Ronnie. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope all is well. We're getting a lot of the local regulars on here. Aren't those goats funny? They are really funny. They make me laugh every time I watch them. I don't know why. I hope you had a good laugh. And if you're just joining us, that's your fault. I didn't ask you to join in. This is Goldberg Live from Goldberg Manor. And for the regulars that watch this show, you might notice that we're at a different angle tonight, because we've got some work going on behind me here at Goldberg Manor, and that's why the paintings are off the wall. So they've moved me away from where the painters are going to go. So basically, that's what's going on here. I'm in stitches. Working like a dog. Moved to Surrey Hills, but back working from home next few weeks. Oh, well, your company's moved to Surrey Hills, or if you've moved out of Rose Bay? Because if you've moved out of the eastern suburbs, mate, you can't be on this board any longer. It's only for eastern suburbs people, right? It's only for eastern suburbs people. Remember that. What happens when you get a classic song and you mix it with Gilligan's Island? Huh? Take a look at this.
Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing lad, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Oh, and it makes me wonder. Me wonder. The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary here on Gilligan's Isle. Was tossed, if not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow will be lost. The minnow will be lost. And they're here on Gilligan's Island.
Well, that just happened. That smoosh up was created by Little Roger and the Goosebumps back in 1978.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
And welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live from Goldberg Manor, where the sun never sets. We just use up all the power in the power grid and spit it out, so no one else can use the power in the Rose Bay and Dover Heights area of Sydney, and Bondi, of course, and Double Bay and everywhere else. That will teach them to spend $100 million on a electricity substation in the eastern suburbs. $100 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Welcome back. If you want to have your say, just type it in the box below and have your say. This is a special COVID edition, lockdown edition on a Saturday night here, which we haven't done for a long, long time on a Saturday night. We thought we'd do it tonight because we thought we'd do it. There was nothing else to do. We're locked down. We can't do anything. So we thought we'd do the show tonight. I'm getting my jab tomorrow. RPA Hospital has lots of spaces to get it quick. Oh, hello, Jackie. Jackie, is that the Pfizer or is that the AstraZeneca one? Which one's that? Now, there is a side effect, a rare side effect that they're claiming the Pfizer has got, and that is a slight heart damage that Israel and America have reported only on very slight chances of getting it. Very few cases, but you could get, I've heard swollen hearts as well. Is that right, Mr. Producer? Can you look that up for me and just let me know? Yeah. Swollen heart, I've heard, and also heart damage, slight heart damage. So you have a choice. You either get blood clots or heart damage. What would you choose? I'd be interested to see what your responses are. What is your choice? What is your choice? I'm under 50, Bruce. Well, you get the Pfizer. Yes, Pfizer. For young men. Yes, swollen heart for young men. Myocarditis. Yes. That's where the beat doesn't go right or something or other, right? You need a defibrillator or a pacemaker thing to get it working. Or get nothing. Well, if anyone has a 27-inch... What's this got to do with what we're talking about? If anyone's got a 27-inch computer monitor with HDMI input, can you lend me it for 2 weeks, please? Let me know, Ronnie. Oh, okay. Yeah, blood clots. You prefer blood clots than heart disease there, or heart damage, Andrew. Okay. Ronnie's looking for a 27-inch monitor, computer monitor. Nothing else that's 27-inch, just a monitor, okay? Just a monitor. That's all. Yeah, you guys thought it was something else, didn't you? You did. Yeah, you did. Ronnie. Because garlic and turmeric help against blood clots. Well, that's interesting to know. That's very interesting to know. It seems like Pfizer's the most popular one out there, and I think the take-up of this this vaccination stuff has been slow because people are scared of getting blood clots because the AstraZeneca stuff has been making blood clots, supposedly. So I'm a turmeric addict. Are you, Thomas? That's good to know. I'll buy you some for your birthday. Buy a voucher for some turmeric. Is it Indian turmeric? I think it might be Indian turmeric. Yeah, I think it might be. Anything else going on in your neck of the woods, folks? This is the special COVID edition, second day of lockdown for us in the east, and the first day for Greater Sydney. I prefer to get the virus and get over it for natural immunity. Vaccine only gives spike. Oh, it's going too fast to read. I get the idea, though. Daniel Barron had... Oh, my computer's going crazy here. Had the AstraZeneca so far all good. Oh, okay, Daniel. That's good to know. That's excellent to know that you had the AstraZeneca and everything is good. Did I say... Hang on. Did I say Daniel Barron?
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay.
There you go. I mean, we're plugging him all night long. You think he's paying the $6,000 up front, wouldn't you, for Goldberg live show ads during the Goldberg live show? Unbelievable. I'm with Alison. But I just turned 70. Wow, Andrew, you don't look 70 at all. You don't at all. Sydney-based Virgin flight attendant has tested positive. News just... Oh, my God. It's everywhere. COVID's everywhere. I've got a feeling we're going to go longer than 2 weeks. I've got a feeling that we're going to go longer than 2 weeks the way it's going out of control at the moment with all these new listings. But, what I don't understand is if some of these cases happen on the 21st of June, which they did in this local area, like Pitamix, Pokeball, Pokemix, whatever it's called, Sushi Den. Why did it take so bloody long, 5 days, to get it to the public? Why did it take so long? We get COVID tests back within hours. Why did it take 5 days for us to get notified about this? We're so far behind. We are so far behind, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you're with me on this and you agree, please, or if you don't agree, type it in. We'd love to hear from you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone. We just don't like getting abused here on the show, or we don't abuse anyone, so we don't expect anyone to abuse us on the show. So please have your say. You're open to disagree. I don't have a problem if you disagree. You're entitled. Everyone's different. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. There's 7,500 members of this board, and we're on track to hit 10,000 by the end of this year, according to Facebook. 10,000 members. We're going to have to get some more mods and admins and all that sort of stuff further down the line. And we don't know where exactly infected people live. That's correct. Oh, I know where the limo is. I know where the limo driver is. I know his exact address. And I know his phone number and I know his company, but I won't reveal who he is or where he lives or anything like that because he didn't do it intentionally. If he did it intentionally, it would have been named. He would have been named and shamed ages ago by the media before I got my hands on it. But I've got it through a source. I won't say who, but I'm not going to mention his name. He's under enough shit as it is. He doesn't need any more. Seriously. I can't understand why it's taking 5 days to get it to us. This information should be bam, 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 like this, like within hours, not days. 5 days. What have they been doing for 5 days? How hard can it be? You know, it pops up on one of these testing sites at Bondi or Rose Bay that Joe Blow got tested positive for COVID, okay? Then they pull him aside the next day and say, right, write down all the places you've been to since the day, last week, XYZ, and now. How hard can it be? And then get it straight out to the media. How hard can it be? It doesn't take 5 days. It shouldn't take 5 days. It should take at the most a day. 1 day. Not 5 days. What are they doing? 5 days? It's a bit late to tell us 5 days down the track that XYZ restaurant's a hotspot when we've all been there. That's what happened to me at Cafe Bell. That's exactly what happened. Unbelievable. Totally incredible. Too slow. Way too slow. Nancy is totally with me on that. That's good to know, Nancy. I'm glad. The QR check-in codes would show faster where they've been. Yeah, exactly. Even their tap and go payments and everything. But not everyone checks in. I mean, I confess I haven't always checked in, but I am now. And I hope you all check in too, because some of us just don't do it. But please, just check in. There's a little discussion going on here about proteins and vitamins. It's very interesting to read whilst I'm trying to do all this ad-libbed. Ad-libbed, there's a new word for you. Ad-libbed. There you go. This whole show is ad-libbed. We don't rehearse half of this show. The other half we do, but this half we don't. It's totally ad-lib. That was very good, Mr. Producer. Very, very good. Anything else you want to say, folks? Please have your say. Anne Lynch says, but if they only tested positive, say, yesterday, they would have just only asked them for the list of where they have been. But how hard is it to quickly write down everywhere you've been? It can't be that slow to write down where you've been. You know? It can't be. Daniel Barron says, vaccines should be more available. Mobile vans, schools, chemists, absolutely. They absolutely. Did someone say Daniel Barron?
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay.
Yeah, that's true, Daniel. You can't say I'm not giving you a good plug tonight, mate. You can't say I'm not giving you a good push. You could be our Alex Jones InfoWars in the future, Bruce. I could be anything, Alison. I could be a lot of things. I could run for Wentworth. But I wouldn't because Sharma's with the Liberals, so I wouldn't be able to run against him. So that's a shame, though. Anyway, it's another story for another day. Gladys said it wouldn't be fair. And the wedding's allowed over this weekend. Yeah, make it up as you go along, laws. That's what basically it is. And the queues for 2 hours. I was busting for a bathroom. I almost gave up just before the swab. There's two ways of looking at that, Thomas, what you've written there. Give up as in let it all go before the swab, or just walk away from getting swabbed. Gladys has said weddings are already arranged. Funerals are allowed. I mean, that's different. Funerals are different. Weddings can be rearranged. You know, by then the couple probably want a divorce anyway. So you know, the longer it takes to get married, the more chance there's going to be a divorce. So there won't be a marriage, right? Just saves everybody a whole stack of money, really. In the end, the guy, the bride, and the groom, and the family, the parents, and everyone that pays for it. Portaloo, bottle in car. Oh, have you seen that invention? Funny you say that, Esther. Have you seen that invention? You can get a golf stick and you unscrew the top of the golf stick, and if you need to go to the toilet, you do it in the golf stick and then screw it back on again, the handle, and you empty it out when you get to the 18th hole. True. That is dead set true. That is around. Yes. Run for Wentworth, but yeah. Look. Whilst it's true, Esther, it's true. While Dave Sharma is with the Liberals, I'm not going to run. I'll wait till Sharma goes. because I want to compete with Sharma, but I can't because he's with the Liberals. And Liberals usually win the seat here automatically, no matter what party I'm with. The Happy Birthday Party or the Bob's Your Uncle's party, any party you want. I have a little beef with Sharma. I'll tell you what the beef is. A lot of you remember the court case that I went through with defamation, okay? And there's still some stuff going on in the background. I won't say it all at the moment, but people close to me know exactly what's going on. It's still sort of going on in the background. Anyway, Dave Sharma goes down to Canberra because of the Board Housewives of Rose Bay got onto him and tried to get defamation changed or whatever. He brought it up in Parliament. Huh? Mate, I was defamed. It was proven in court. I was defamed. What are you doing? Listening to a group of women influencing you like that. You should be ashamed of yourself doing that. And that's the beef I've got with Sharma. That's the beef I've got with Sharma. Big mistake, mate, taking that down to Parliament, trying to get something changed. Defamation is defamation. It's as bad as domestic violence, but you can't see it happening to the person because it's in their head what's being done to them, being brought down and being abused and lies made up about them and bullshit that goes on and the stress that goes on about it behind the scenes. You have no idea unless you've been through it like I've been through it. You have no idea at all about defamation. Just because you can't physically see it doesn't mean it's not hurting the person on the inside, right? You wouldn't do that to someone that you'd see who has been domestically abused or maybe beaten or something like that because you can physically see the bruises. But with defamation, it's all up here. And, you see people on TV recently, pretty well-known people, that's why I should challenge him. Yeah, I should, but, Thomas, good things come to those who wait. Basically, you see people on TV that are broken because of being defamed, and it is, I know exactly where they're coming from. I did have a very tough time and it's still going on. There's stuff still going on. I won't go into it all, but there's still stuff going on, which the media won't report about because they don't know about it. Only people very close to me know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But I'm going to do a podcast about it and explain and name the people that weren't named in the media that brought this on. I will name them because it's factual. That's the difference. Defamation is making up bullshit that isn't factual. What happened with me was factual. What happened in the sense of me being defamed. And that's why I won the court case. So Sharma has a few answers to give me. Why the hell would you go down to Canberra and bring that up because you've been pressured by a group of bullies, women that are bullies that smashed their little circle to pieces. So did my lawyer and my barrister. We put an end to them once and for all. Brought down a Facebook group, which a lot of you know, and put a stop to someone else very swiftly. Got an arrest happened, which you guys probably don't know about, that there was an arrest. It wasn't me that was arrested. And there was also a police caution on someone as well. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye that the media wouldn't let you see. And then to bring your friends in who are journalists at The Australian is another joke in itself. And that person has left the newspaper. Funny about that. Wonder what happened there. She suddenly left the newspaper. Wonder what it could have been. Wonder what could have happened. Anyway, there's more to it than meets the eye. Defamation is also imputation, so be careful. Oh, look, Molan has changed the laws on cyber bullies. Yep, that's true, Daniel. She's been involved in it too. She's been a victim of it. Craig McLaughlin, Jeffrey Rush, all these supposed Me Too movement people. It's just ridiculous. Totally ludicrous. Totally ludicrous. Compare the pair, Tim Dunlop says. I'll read that a little bit later on. Exhibit B, Megan Crawford says, I just joined this group and the administrative question made me agree not to advertise in the group. Yeah, but on live stream we can though, Megan. You can advertise your business on live stream. We allow that to happen, to take place. Because I don't do this for free, okay? I'm not a charity service that does this always for free. I can't. And you can advertise whatever you want on here. You can say whatever you like. You can say, anything about your business, you can say anything you want. Publicize your business. We encourage it on the stream, but not on the board, because the board is the board, and that's what makes us different to anyone else, is that we don't allow advertising. If you want to advertise on a board, go to Bondi Loop. All the backpackers will see your ad, because that's who reads Bondi Loop. Backpackers, rooms for rent. Go and have a look. I know Bill that runs it. Go and advertise there. Or if you want to advertise on some other board, there's plenty of wannabe boards that are out there. Go and advertise there, but it doesn't happen on our board. It happens on our stream, but not on our board. But we have got an ad board, which is separate, and that we allow. No problem at all. You can advertise whatever you want on that ad board too. So we're fair to people that want to advertise as well. Anyway, what else is on your minds, folks? Please write it in. Justice, but at a professional cost. That is correct, Leslie. Yeah, it is. It does come at a personal cost, but a lot of people know me that I'm pretty tough when it comes to stuff like that, and I don't back down. So, you know, I am pretty tough, and I don't hesitate to do that again, what I did before. I wouldn't hesitate at all. Media's asked me that, and I've said no. Wouldn't hesitate at all. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes with this still, which I will reveal later down the line, not quite just yet. But some people very close to me know exactly what's going on, and they just are shaking their head in disbelief. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good news for me. I don't have a problem with it. I'm happy what happened, and that's the way it is. So anyone else wants to say anything, please, by all means, write it in the board below. Type it in, have your say. We'd love to hear from you, whatever it may be. You might want to promote your ad. It's time to go, I think. Promote your business, or say something about a business that you have, or anything like that. You're more than welcome on the live stream. We're even sponsored. We make it very obvious that we're sponsored by hiretradies.com.au, where you get 3 free quotes from tradies near you. It's as simple as that. Anything else on your mind, people? By all means, please say it. Please say it. Is that all? Are we all done and dusted? Everybody done and dusted? That's basically it. We're all set. Well, I'm getting out of here. I hope you enjoyed tonight's special COVID edition of Goldberg Live, brought to you by hiretradies.com.au. If you see me around the street, come up and say hi. I won't hurt you. I won't bite your head off, but I'll try to. Good night.
You've just been watching Goldberg Live, brought to you by hiretradies.com.au.
Nurse.
This has been a Mad Ways presentation, darling.
Pico, pico, pico.